OG Anunoby is officially a New York Knick after the Raptors decided to trade him today for RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley and a 2024 second-round draft pick from Detroit, which that would be the 31st overall pick of the next year's draft. And in return, the Knicks receive OG Anunoby, Malaki, Flynn, and Precious Achuwia. OG Anunoby was a piece or a trade talk rumor for a while now. They all last offseason and all that kind of stuff, they were talking about getting rid of him for a while. I don't know if it's because of his contract or whatever, but so he was in trade talks for a while, and officially today, it's out of nowhere. They just sent him off to New York, and New York Knicks fans are like, we got rid of Immanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett. Like, what the heck? RJ Barrett was their 5th overall pick, I believe, and 5th over. I don't know. One of the, I think maybe 5th or 4th overall in 2019. The same draft class as Zion, Ja, and Darius Garland. And RJ Barrett has not really turned out to be quite the player that people expected him to be. And, well, with that being said, like, every player kind of has their, like, ups and downs, or, like, they all start to, like, kick off at, like, a certain point. So I'm not saying he's anywhere near his prime. He is only 23. But he has times where he's very, very good and times when he's very, very bad. And I guess it's kind of hard to, really depend on him. But the one that did kind of surprise me was Immanuel Quickley. Immanuel Quickley last year was one of the best six man. He was. You could have argued he could have won 6 man of the year last year. He's a great scorer that comes off the bench, super fast guard, and just a really good player. And it seemed like New York fans enjoyed him. And I enjoyed watching him too. So in return, they're going to get an OG Anunoby that, is known for his defense. I guess that's kind of the target or the thing that the Knicks wanted to, go after. In doing so, they're going to get OG Anunoby, Malaki, Flynn, and Precious Achuwia. I would say OG Anunoby is really the only one you got to really pay attention to. I doubt Malaki, Flynn, or Precious Achuwia is going to get much playing time, but, I could be wrong. And just looking at some of his stats this season, he is averaging 15 points per game, 4 rebounds a game, and about 3 assists per game. So really middle of the pack in about everything. And I was looking at it, and he's also shooting almost 38% from 3 on about 6 attempts per game, which is pretty good. And he is averaging about 1 steal per game. So yes, I understand steals are not the only defensive metrics, but he was top of the league in steals last year with 1.9, and he's back down to 1, so a little bit under his standard. But yeah, I think it's a good pickup for them defensively. I'm pretty sure New York star lineup might be like Jalen Brunson. I don't know if Josh Hart's going to come off the bench or not. I forget who. Maybe Quincy Grimes, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. That's a pretty nice starting 5. And then for the Toronto Raptors, I want to look at RJ Barrett's stats this season. RJ Barrett this year is averaging 18 points a game, 4 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game. So that's actually relatively pretty good. His last couple of games have been really solid. He's been, besides his game, the first game against Milwaukee. But yeah, on Christmas Day, he played really well. And just yesterday, he played pretty well as well. 19 points, but 7 for 17. But yeah, he hasn't really been shooting the ball too well as of late from 3. And this is in his last 5 games. But so yeah, I feel like Toronto's getting a pretty solid young player. I think Toronto's goal is to kind of start to, I don't think they're trying to go out for a championship this year. Definitely not, because I think they're 12-19 or something like that. And it's kind of, they don't really have what it takes to compete with the Phillies, the Bucks, the Celtics. I would say they're maybe they're like a B tier team. Like they can get some impressive wins. but yeah, they just don't really have what it takes to push them over the edge, really. But yeah, so adding Immanuel Quickley, I feel like this is going to be good for Immanuel Quickley because it's going to give him more playing time, obviously. And this year, Immanuel Quickley is shooting 40% from 3, so that's actually really good on about like 5.5 attempts. He's always been a really good free throw shooter, and yeah, he's just a true scorer. And I feel like that's something that Toronto could really, use. They got Dennis Schroeder, Pascal Siakam. I haven't watched them in a while, so I'm probably forgetting some names. But yeah, adding Immanuel Quickley is going to be definitely nice, and also especially after getting rid of Fred VanVleet, I'm sure it's going to kind of gain back some of what they're missing out from Fred VanVleet. But Dennis Schroeder hasn't been too bad. Pascal Siakam has been Pascal Siakam, which isn't bad. But yeah, they just need better guard play. They got Javon Freeman, Liberty, and Grady Dick right now. Scotty Barnes. I almost forgot about Scotty Barnes as well. But yeah, Scotty Barnes, I feel like they're trying to build a young team around Scotty Barnes. So yeah, being one of those early picks in the draft, they want to build it around him. And so yeah, Dennis Schroeder, Scotty Barnes. I don't know how much playing time Grady Dick's been really getting, but yeah, so adding Immanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett is definitely going to be help the team out a lot more. And yeah, so I understand why some Knicks fans are kind of like, we lost a trade, because you're missing a guy who you picked early in the draft and you wanted to turn out to be something really good and he didn't. And then Immanuel Quickley was a really good spark off the bench. You're getting it for OG Anunoby, who averages 15 points a game. Not saying that's bad at all by any means, but I feel like they kind of got a little bit of steal. And also, you gave up a pick next year as well. So yeah, I think it's a good situation. I think for both teams. OG Anunoby is going to be in more of a winning condition in a bigger market team, so I'm sure a lot more people are going to be able to get to see OG Anunoby's real game, because it's in a smaller market, bigger market as in New York. So let's see how he plays with the lights are bright. Hopefully he doesn't fold under pressure. And although he did win a championship in 2019, so he does have that veteran presence. But yeah, I think he's going to be a good defensive presence for the Knicks. I think Knicks fans will probably be happy with the trade after a while, but I'm sure they will still miss Immanuel Quickley. And if I'm a Toronto Raptors fan, I'm honestly really happy about it, because we all knew, well, not we as in I'm a Raptors fan, but I'm sure Raptors fans understood that OG Anunoby was going to get traded sooner or later because of his name being in the rumors for so long. So getting RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley time to they can develop even more, and maybe RJ Barrett might play better in smaller markets when the lights are not as bright, so he can afford to make some more mistakes and learn and grow as a player. So there's a lot of growth for both sides, and yeah, I think it's an overall pretty good trade. I'm just interested to see how it plays out, if it's really going to push the Knicks over the edge in terms of the East. Obviously, the Knicks are always a hard team to face, especially on the road, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, at the end of the day, OG Anunoby is a New York Knick. And yeah, comment down below what you guys' thoughts on this trade was. Although it was really out of nowhere, but yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please remember to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.